Hi everyone, and welcome to your Mermaid Energy reading. Today we are going to be bringing in Mermaid Energy and messages regarding what should you focus on next. So I've been working with my Astro dice for the last few readings, and I like it to kind of give us the overall theme, what area of your life we're talking about here, okay? Which can cover many different things. So pile 1, we have the sun. Pile 2, we have 5 or the 5th house. Pile 3, we have Aries. So you can choose by pile number, you can choose by sun, 5th house, or Aries. We can, you can also choose by this card for pile 1, this card for pile 2, or this card for pile 3. It's totally up to you. You have 3 ways to choose. So whatever calls to you, that's the pile you should go to, and I will see you in your reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card, or the sun here on the Astro dice. So what we're going to be talking about today is what you should focus on next. The Astro dice is here to give me what area of your life. And the sun rules Leo, which rules the 5th house. So we're going to be looking at things surrounding the 5th house, your creativity, how you're creative in your life, the hobbies or entertainment, or sports and fun, like what you like to do for that type of thing. It could have to do with relationships. It's the dating house. 7th house is for like marriage, more serious relationships. 5th house is like romance, dating, passionate love affairs, having fun, that type of thing. I did mention sports, so it could revolve around sports in some way. It could even revolve around your children because they're represented in the 5th house. So we're just going to put the card that you got over here, okay, along with the sun dice, and let's get right into it and see what area that I've just mentioned this reading is going to be pertaining to. I'm quite excited for you, pile 1. Okay, first card out, we have resilient. May your soul weather the storms. Okay, I'm going to put this right over as close as I can. So resilient. We have receptivity. I'm not going to read those yet. Okay. We have patience, and we have facing your fears. Okay, so receptivity, patience, facing your fears. We then have the Triton. We have the hourglass dolphin. And we have a tarot here, which is Knight of Feathers. Okay. I'm just going to try to turn these so that they all fit in. I think they're all going to show up pretty much in the frame here from what I can see. All right. So now that I've got the cards laid out nicely, pile 1, can you see I'm a bit anal about things? All right. Resilient. Action, focus, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give, face your fears. Okay, so what we're going to focus on here, let's see. What I was getting in, first of all, is I saw someone standing up on a stage, okay? So that right there speaks to the 5th house, creativity. If you think about creativity in terms of maybe you're an actor, maybe you're a dancer, singer, you're a writer, you are a poet, you play music, or an instrument rather, you write music, you are an artist, anything to do with being creative, that's what you need to focus on next, okay? Anything to do with your creativity. Now, that's the main message that I'm getting here. Again, we could see this show up in different ways in your 5th house. Maybe it will have to do, like I said, with fun or with entertainment or your hobbies. I don't really feel dating. I don't feel there's really a lot of dating information here, but let's look at the cards and see. I feel really strongly it's about your creativity, and that's what you need to focus on. So allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. And if we think of acting, right? If you ever watch like the when they do interviews with actors, it's all about being able to receive, in that emotion, right? Being able to take in and then transmute it in a way and give it back out in a performance, okay? Giving to other people. So I want to say I love that. Patience, facing your fear. I'm going to go here next. Look for ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. So I feel for some of you, maybe with this facing your fears, this is something that you haven't maybe pursued, which is why it's coming up in what you should focus on next, because I feel like it's something that you haven't pursued yet because you've been held back by fear, okay? Maybe you haven't been able to tap completely into that creative side of yourself yet. Maybe you've had some bad experiences and you feel like you need to give up. What they're saying to you is no, you need to keep focusing on this. It says here, action, focus. Okay, the Knight of Feathers here, action and focus. That's what you need. And with the Patience card, what I'm hearing is, for some of you out there, maybe this is your focus. Maybe this is what you're doing. So this reading for you is confirmation that you're doing the right thing. This is what you should be taking action on and focusing on, but also have patience. It doesn't happen overnight. We hear the stories of, oh, they were an overnight success. Rarely true, really, rarely true. It was a lot of hard work. It may have been something overnight that got them there. Think of American Idol even, right? Like, yes, they went and tried out, and then it was hard work, okay? Then they had to win over, they had to give to the audience, okay? Think of it in that way. It didn't happen overnight. It actually ended up taking weeks. I haven't watched it for so long, weeks, if not months, okay, for them to actually be the winner. What happened overnight was that they decided to go on audition. All right. They decided to take action and to make that their focus. So I hope that resonated in some way. We also have the Triton here with your aim rather than your desire is your real doctrine. Love that. And we have the Hourglass Dolphin. Your achievement is only a matter of time. Okay. So they're saying, keep patience, have patience, because it's coming in for you soon. See how the hourglass has tipped over? They're like, okay, we don't even need to be timing this anymore. It's time. But what I loved about your aim rather than your desire, I think of desire in this context is the wanting, right? Oh, I want that, I want this, I want that. But your focus and your action, what your aim is, what your goal is the doctrine here for you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Not I want to be it, I want to be famous, I want to whatever. I'm using these as examples, but maybe this actually resonates with you. I don't know. I'm saying them for a reason, so you always have to take that into consideration in a reading. But I really feel that resilience for you is something that you really need to work on. Your patience, being resilient, because there are going to be a lot of ups and downs in this. You may not be chosen. It may not work out for you the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time, but be resilient, have patience. It is eventually going to work out for you. And if this is something with facing your fears, this is your message to say you can let that go, because we're telling you right here, as soon as you're able to tap into that receptivity, okay, where you allow yourself to receive it, transmute it, and give it back out, in whatever fashion it is, whether it's your art, your acting, your music, whatever, that is what's important here. So I feel like that is your main message. Okay, I'm back there after my after my quick interruption. All right. So, I feel like this is the main message. I don't even remember what I was saying when I had to just stop there for a minute. But just have patience, keep working on your craft, whatever it is. You have to let the fears go, just plain and simple. That's what the message is here. That's a 10. That needs to end. Let that go, okay? And just know that this is coming to you. Your action and focus, the universe, God, source sees that, and they're working for you behind the scenes. The mermaids are working for you behind the scenes. Your other spirit guides are. Everyone is. So let's get some tarot for further confirmation, clarification, just to see if there's anything else that you need to know here. I like this message. You should focus on your creativity, being that creative person, okay? And I also want to say too, and I should have probably said this at the beginning, I keep thinking sports as well, right? This could also, if you are someone who is actively pursuing a career in sports, or even if it's in your college or even in your high school, you know what? This can apply there as well. It absolutely can. Being patient, knowing that it's going to succeed, letting go of the fears, having a goal, aiming for it, taking action and focusing on it, and being resilient. So it could also be that too. All right. We're going to get 3 cards here. We have 7 of Swords. We have the Lovers. We have the 4 of Wands. All right, everyone, here on pile 1. I love where this is going. So 7 of Swords, I just want to say I'm putting over here to this fear card. You know what? Let somebody steal that fear right away from you. You know, it's the 7 of Swords I always think of as someone trying to take something. Someone trying, well, interesting. Someone trying to take something. Maybe somewhere in your life, someone has really beaten down your self-esteem. That would be taking something from you. Okay? You need to let that go. Let whatever you're holding on to there with what has happened with someone who, you know, has not been very supportive, let that go. You have found what it is that you love. Okay, whether it be in sport or in your creative endeavors, all right? You have found something that you love, and you're putting your whole being, your whole heart, all your passion into it, and that's what you should be doing. And that's what the mermaid message, the mermaid energy coming in this message is saying. You need to focus on that because it's going to bring, I want to say, abundance in love. It's going to bring abundance in your self-worth, your being, just your being. You're going to feel very fulfilled. And with the 4 of Wands, look, this is success. This is happiness. This is passion. And if you're passionate about this goal that you've set for yourself, whether it be in sports or in your creativity, it's going to be successful. Okay? So that's your tarot. Let's take one last oracle card here and just see what we have for that. Okay, and this one came out. Ambition. Set your sights beyond the horizon. They're telling you, you know what? Think big here. Do not, don't just be like, you know what? I'm just going to do some paintings and go to the local craft fair and, you know, that's good for me. Well, that may be good for you. And you know what? That may help you earn an income and that may fulfill you, but dream bigger. This is telling me right here that there is more for you. You need to look big picture here. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but whatever it is that you do, think bigger. Think Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, okay, along with the sun, shining bright in the sun, right? Like you are meant to be bright, shiny. You are meant to stand out in whatever it is you do, whether it be sports or creativity. So that is your message, pile one. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was certainly very positive. A little bit of work here, letting go, but that's all right. You can do that. A lot of work in getting yourself prepared, ready. If you're already in it, then to just keep focusing, just keep setting new goals and working towards them. But anyhow, that is it. That is your message. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please throw me a like and a share if you know someone that may be going through this. And if you want to get more messages, energy readings from all the different guides that I pull into be mentors here, we'll call them, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Hi there to those of you who chose pile 2, this card, or the 5th house. This is going to be your mermaid energy reading with messages coming in regarding what you should focus on next. So I'm just going to get this over here and get your card up. So let me just say, pile 1 was also the 5th house. So if this pile does not resonate with you, you can always go check that one out because clearly you've been drawn to the 5th house. So I'll leave it there, but let's see. 5th house is going to be fun, creativity. You know, your creativity. Are you an artist, an actor, a musician? Do you write? Do you write poetry? You know, are you a painter, a hairstylist? Like anything you do that's creative or think of creative arts, that's what we're talking about. Any hobbies you have, that's even creativity. It could be about your children. They also are represented in the 5th house. Anything to do with entertainment, as in what you do for fun, okay? It can also do with dating, but it is dating and romance. And I have always say passionate love affairs because someone says that. I can't remember who it is. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. And that's also the 5th house. Actual relationships and marriage and stuff like that is the 7th. So this is kind of the dating romance part, right? Or it could be even about sports because a lot of athletes are actually Leo's 5th house placements are strong. And it's about shining in the sun because the sun rules Leo in the 5th house. So let's see what's in here with these cards. I have no idea. We do have an overall energy. We have Oracle and Tarot. We have Oracle and Live Tarot being pulled in the reading. So let's get started here. Pile 2 around the 5th house. Decide. May you navigate with purpose. Okay, that leaves it kind of open. Let's see what the rest of the cards are. May you navigate with purpose. It's like a long path, right? Okay, here we go. We have air. Okay. We have go with the flow. We have be insightful and established. I like my cards to be just so here so we can fit them all in. All right. Then we have King Poseidon. I like that. We have 10 of acorns. And we have the black dolphin. Okay. Just looking here with air, we have breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life, bringing energies. There's a merman and a mermaid here. I feel like that's a relationship, okay? Responsibility, dedication. I mean, you could also, if like I said, you may be interested in pile 1, but also you can apply each individual card as a message for yourself. You can also, you know, it may not be, I feel like it's kind of established, makes me think of relationship, dedication, merman, mermaid here, go with the flow, right? decide, you navigate with purpose. So I'm going to talk about relationship, but or it could be dating, romance, whatever it is, passionate love affair. But just remember, it could apply to the other areas. You take it as you need it. And if I hear it or feel it, I'll also mention it during the reading. So deciding, responsibility, dedication. Okay, the first thing that's coming in is if you're someone who's out there dating right now, or you're in a romance of a lifetime, or just a passionate love affair, but it doesn't feel too serious. I want to say for some of you, there's going to be many messages in this, you guys. I want to say for some of you, this could be a message of it's time to establish something here beyond dating, okay? Or passionate love affair, romance. It's time to exchange life-bringing energies, okay? It's time to decide. Are we moving forward or are we not? It's time to establish a relationship. It's time to be responsible, dedication. It's time to dedicate yourself possibly to the relationship. For others, with this go with the flow card, I want to say with others within relationship, maybe it could be things haven't been going so smoothly in the dating romance part of your life right now. And maybe that's because you have kind of cut yourself off. You're not going with the flow. You're actually fighting. You're like a salmon swimming upstream, okay? Like you're actually going against the flow. Here's the thing, salmon are successful in the end, all right? So I'm just going to say that, or at least the majority of them are, but more successful are the fish that are flowing and going with the flow of the river, the stream, whatever it is. Now, King Poseidon, expecting the best of yourself brings out great things in you. Black Dolphin, recognize which waves will carry you to your new horizon. Okay, that ties in with going with the flow, right? Why swim up? Why fight it? I think that's the message for some of you too. Why are you fighting this? Don't fight it. Go with it, okay? Just go with it. If you feel that you have found someone that is really of interest to you, that you could take the next steps as in serious, dedicated, established relationship, then don't fight it. We want you to go with the flow, okay? Recognize, if you are out dating, this is kind of like recognize the person. In other words, don't waste your time with the people that aren't going to take you to your new horizon. I love that. Don't waste your time with the people that aren't, unless you just want to have fun. But if you're dating with the intention of finding a relationship, don't waste your time with the people that you don't see as a long-term commitment, okay? And so there's many messages in this one. And with expecting the best of yourself, when you think about what you want to have in a partner, wouldn't it be best to show those characteristics and those traits in yourself? Because what you put out is what you are going to attract. So, in other words, if you put out player energy, easy energy, then that's what you're going to attract in. If you put out, I'm scared, I reject everything, you know what, I don't know if I'm quite ready for a relationship yet. Sorry about my tone. I was a little annoyed with that one. Then, you know what, you're not going with the flow. And that's what you're going to attract. Someone that, I don't know, I just feel like it will always be combative, or decisions can never be made. All right. What else? I think those are the main ones. I didn't do this card here. Be insightful. So what does it say? Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. That could be what's blocking your flow. thinking about your past relationships, okay? And maybe how they didn't work out, or how good they were and now nothing can compare, or how bad they were and you just want better, but because you're focusing on the bad, you're going to attract that in. We want this colorful card for you, right? This being insightful and expecting the best of yourself brings, I'm sorry, I cannot, that writing is so small. Expecting the best of yourself brings out great things in you. Okay. So those are the messages, right? This is a time, pile 2, for you to really, it's decision time. That's why it's may you navigate with purpose, okay? So if you're out for fun, then you know what? Have fun, go with the flow. You know what? You're going to attract fun in. If it's player, you're going to attract player in. Whatever it is. If it's relationship, you're going to attract relationship in. But if you are not in flow, if you're not able to get to where it is that you want to get to in a relationship, then you know what? There are decisions that need to be made. In other words, if it's not someone you see moving, like I said, to the next level, then you let go of that. If it's blocking yourself with your own thoughts of the past or concentrating too much on the future, how about just be in the here and now? And, you know, take responsibility for your actions here. You are responsible to find the relationship in your life that you want. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. All right. So this is called planting seeds for manifestation. If there's a certain relationship that you want, or a certain type of person you want to date or have a passionate love affair with, then you put it out there and that's what you will attract in. Okay, so there are the main messages. That's around the 5th house for you. It was totally, that was not pile 1, but again, it is still 5th house. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. But this is a few different messages in here for the people who chose pile 2. Let's get more clarification, confirmation, or additional guidance. 3 of Swords right here, okay? But that 3 of Swords, remember I said, if you're hanging on to past relationships, how are you ever going to move forward? And if you're always fighting the current and not going with the flow, it brings heartache, disappointment. And we want you to move past that. 7 of Wands. Yeah. Oh, okay. This could really be for some people out here. This message needs to be driven home for someone or a few people. Go with the flow. I think this is really going to be the main message here for relationship, dating, romance, whatever it is, right? You need to not be combative. You need to not be combative thinking about, oh, this is what happened in the past, blah, blah, blah. You know, being fearful, being afraid of it. You know what? Feeling like you have to defend yourself all the time. Here's something that just came in, which may be a message specific for someone. If all of your friends, and you love and trust your friends and their opinions, generally speaking, so you would go to them for advice and they've always given you good, sound advice. If they're all coming to you saying, this person really, like, we love you and we want you to have a wonderful relationship, but this is not a good person. We don't like this person for you. Don't. In this case, I'm saying don't stand there and try, well, in this case, swim, but you know what I mean. Don't be combative about it. Believe them. Don't try to defend yourself or the relationship. That happens a lot where you have your really good friends and you turn it into things like, well, they're just jealous, or they don't want to lose me. They know that I'm going to be not giving them as much attention. If that's your friend, you already know that's who that friend is. That's not who you're going to for advice about your relationship, right? You're going to the people that you know and trust, that give you good advice consistently, and wouldn't do it out of give you bad advice out of selfishness, all right? So I feel that was specific for someone. And here, Page of Pentacles. Well, I like that. Look, it's all fairies and rainbows. Where are the unicorns? Look, we have Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is, you know, all about, well, pentacles, or sorry, let me go to pages. Pages are all about new, right? They're about the new, the possibility. In this case, maybe this is someone you're going to meet through a work function or at work, or where you work, meaning you could work, say you are a coffee barista, and this person comes in day after day after day and you guys get talking. It could be something like that, right? Because it's pentacles, it has to do with money and abundance. And I think, you know what, this could be where you meet this person. Okay. Also something to do with rainbow here, maybe. So I could be talking to same-sex couples here. I could also be talking to someone who is out for a walk. There's a rainbow in the sky. Boom, you bump into your person. I mean, things like that do happen. So, you know, take that. But yeah, I just feel like it's going to be successful. Plant that seed of manifestation, okay? Because it's ground, pentacles. Plant that seed of who it is that you want and who it is that you want to show up in your life. And then, you know, you have to work towards it as well. You can't be fighting. You can't be fighting the current. You need to take responsibility. You need to make wise decisions. And when you do that, God, Source, Universe will help you. Also, go to your mermaids. They love love, right? So you know what? You can talk to them as your spirit guide. Absolutely. That's what they are. They are a spirit guide, just like there are many others. So feel free to call on them. They would love that. And remember, just be your best self, and that's what you will get. Flow. Let your worries drift away. Okay, pile 2, I have nothing else to say about that. I love it when the cards come out. We've been talking about going with the flow. Flow, flow, flow. Somebody needed to hear that message strongly. I hope that you enjoyed this energy reading and messages from the Mermaid Guides. I hope that if you did, you throw me a like. If you want to see more different spirit guide, different themed spirit guide readings, and by themed, I mean with the decks, and the energy that comes in around them, please subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone that may be in a bit of a pickle right here in a dating or romance or love affair situation, maybe share this reading with them because it could be helpful in some way. Thank you, pile 2. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, or the Aries Astro Dice. All right, let's get right into this and talk about, hopefully if that card will stay up, Aries. And what is it that you need to focus on next, or you should be focusing on next? And with Aries, that is the first house. That is me, myself, and I. It is how you identify yourself. It's your physical appearance. It's your image and just overall image. It's how others see you, how you come across to other people. All right, so this is all about you, pile 3. Okay, we have Tarot, Oracle. I'm going to pull some live Oracle and Tarot at the end, but let's get right into it and see what the message is, what you should focus on next, me, myself, and I. But in what way? Let's see what the cards have to say. Shine. May you be a lighthouse. Okay, that's talking about you specifically, all right? Then we have sacrifice. Memories. Empower yourself. Lorelei, the mermaid. The right whale. Oh, I've never heard of the right whale before. Okay, that's interesting. And Tarot, 9 of Feathers. Okay. What do you need to focus on next? I feel like there's going to be a few messages in here. Just I'm looking, seeing sacrifice, memories, empower yourself. There's going to be a few memories in here, so let's get started. All right, so sorry about that. It's probably going to look a little different because I couldn't get it exactly back to where it was before. But let's get started. As I was saying, there are going to be a lot of different messages in here regarding the first house, regarding yourself, okay? So how do you see yourself, pile 1? I'm looking at this right here, and I see 9 and 2, which is an 11. When I think of master number, I think about you becoming more of yourself, finding your true self, finding your soul self. How do you identify as a soul here on earth? Okay, so there could be that in a spiritual sense, but it's empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be strong, beautiful, to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. So these cards could be individual messages. They're also going to be a message as a whole, however it is that it resonates for you, okay? But just know that this is about you. So the message for some of you, plain and simple, is you need to empower yourself. Maybe in the past, you were bullied, teased. You were made to feel less than. Well, this is a message for you today. It's your time to shine. It's time for you to be the lighthouse. It's time for you to empower yourself. Whenever we get these types of messages, pile 3, just know that it is hard work. Some of you, it will be simple. For others, it will be very difficult. And some of you, you'll just work through it. Okay? And there's no, I always want to say in readings like this as well, there is no, there's no time frame in which this needs to be done. You work on it day by day, okay? So that is a message for someone. Let's also look over here to sacrifice. Have you been giving too much of yourself to other people? That's the card. I mean, even I'm just looking at the way she's looking here. It's a little, it's almost a little, not defeated, but just I want to say tired. Like I give, and I give to everyone else. And I don't seem to be getting anything in return. So let's talk about that for a minute. Before I even read the card, let's talk about that for a minute. What they want you to know is it's wonderful to give of yourself, okay? But not if you are being fulfilled, not if you are not being fulfilled in return. If you are not receiving in return, then that is giving, which is like someone stealing your energy and just continually stealing and taking from you. So for some of you, that's something that you need to let go of, okay? That's something that you need to focus on in your life. If you're the person that gives and gets nothing in return, you need to flip that around. Again, that's some hard work there. But what I want to say with that is I'm feeling like you haven't always been in that situation. So let's remember back to when you weren't. Okay? Let's remember back to when you weren't in that situation. Let's remember back to when you were the one that was being fed and somehow that shifted in your life. I can't say exactly where. It will be different for each one of you. But just consider that as well. And what I want to read here on the card is there are those worth making. There are those that will destroy you. Okay, there we go. That's exactly what I was saying. That's a little more harsh, but yeah, they will destroy because they just steal they steal your joy, they steal your happiness, they steal your peace, your rest, everything, right? Okay, so that's something that you need to focus on. So for some of you, it's well, this is also empowering yourself, right? To take yourself back over, okay? For some of you, this could be about, I want to say, body image as well, okay? Or sorry, your physical appearance, but also your body image. Maybe for some of you, it's time to remember back to what it is that or not what it is, who it is that you used to be. Meaning, you know, maybe you've had children and you've put on that weight from having children. Maybe you were in a difficult situation in your life and you were emotionally eating. I don't know. Maybe you're someone who needs to gain weight to be more healthy. It can go both ways, really. But maybe this is the time for you to remember what it is that you want to be. And then you start making the sacrifices and empowering yourself to become who that person is that you do want to be. Okay? For others, let's see, what else do we have? Your aim achieved brings satisfaction and accomplishment, okay? Which talks to all of these things that I've just said, right? Like, if you set a goal for yourself, whether it's to, you know, start bringing the power back to yourself, or empowering yourself, whether it's to not be the sacrificial lamb anymore or for other people, the sense of accomplishment that you're going to feel if you decide this is a body image or a physical appearance. Maybe you don't have a weight issue. Maybe you just want to get healthier. Maybe you just want to start exercising. Maybe you just want to tone up. It can be anything, really. The sense of accomplishment that you're going to feel is unreal. Look at this, 9 of feathers. Oh my heavens, this, I'm all tongue-tied. Perspective and self-empowerment. Love that. Maybe you just, some of these things here, it's a change in your perception. Okay? How are you seeing it? Is this really what's happening in your life? And then with the right whale, we have the pathway to a dream is one of sacrifice. Well, we have sacrifice right here. But let's talk about sacrifice. Sometimes it's hard work. Sometimes there's things you need to give up. Sometimes you don't want to. You would just like to be able to snap your finger and make all of these changes happen for yourself, but it is hard work, and that's what you need to focus on, okay? It's your time to shine, pile 3. This is all about you, and please take these messages in whatever way they resonate for you. This is about you, okay? And that's what you need to be focusing on here. Let's get some tarot for confirmation, clarification, additional messages. Way too many. Additional messages, anything that you might need to know. Okay, there's 2. Let's get one more if possible to go with those 2 cards. 9 of Wands. King of Cups and the Fool. Oh, what beautiful tarot cards for you. Fool, it's a new beginning. You want to reinvent yourself in whatever way this is. You want to set goals for yourself. You want to shine. This is a new beginning. It's time to do the work. Okay, think of the Tower card. Think of the Death card, death and rebirth, burning everything down to the ground so you can build it back up on a solid foundation. This is the Fool card. This is the new beginning. The King of Cups, this is where you're going to find your emotional balance. Okay, this is where you're going to find, I think, your peace and happiness, which is part of emotional balance. It's time to lay down. You know, you've kind of been through the ringer here, I feel, in a few situations for some of you, and it's time to lay the burden down. You know what? It's time to lay the burden down and start new here with the Fool. It's time to find the emotional balance within yourself. Let's get one last card here, pile 3. Let's get one last oracle card here. Is there a particular one? Okay, that one. Turbulence. The mind is murky in rough waters. Oh, memories. Only the good memories, okay? And that's what I think I talked about when I was talking about remember back to what it was like when You know, that's when you were happy. That's the way you want your physical appearance to be, for example, or remembering back to when you weren't being used and drained and sacrificing all your time and energy. Remember back to what it feels like to be empowered again. And if you are in turbulence, if your mind's all murky, you're not able to think clearly, you're not able to make sound choices for yourself, it's because you're also not balanced emotionally. So working on this overall is going to calm those rough waters, and it's going to bring the balance, but especially the emotional balance, back into your life. Okay, that is your message, pile 3. If you liked it, by all means, please give me a like. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, by all means do that. And if you want to share this with someone that you know that may be going through this situation, then please do, because there could be a little nugget in there for them. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next reading.